In this video, I'm going to give you my review of the Motorola Razr 2024 model. Let's talk about the design of the Motorola Razr 2024. So it's a sleek and more of a modern version of a flip phone. Now the phone is very compact when you fold it, and it fits very well in pockets. It also brings sort of this nostalgic feeling for those of us who have used flip phones before the smartphone era. Now the body structure is a Gorilla Glass structure, and they're calling it the Corning Gorilla Glass Victus that's on the front. And then on the back, it's like this vegan leather feeling to it, and it's like a 6000 series high strength aluminum framing around the phone as well. Now, I'm not a big fan of that vegan leather, and it just feels weird to me. The hinge feels strong and durable as well, and you'll feel it when you're opening and closing the phone. Now, even though it's a flip phone, it was hard for me to open up the phone with just one hand. It's doable, but it does take some strength. There's also going to be this little crease in the middle of the screen. At first, I didn't really notice it, but then as you gradually use it, it's going to be more apparent. So the Razr 2024 has some decent specs. It's powered by the MediaTek Dimensity 7300X chip, paired with 8 GB of RAM and 256 GB of storage. Unfortunately, there is no SD card slot to expand the storage. You may also use RAM boost to increase the memory as well. Now at first, I was a little hesitant about the MediaTek processor, but I did not experience major slowdowns while using the phone. I did notice a little lagginess when I try to unlock the phone when the phone is closed, when it's trying to go to the home screen. It does take a while for it to kind of like show up. I was able to watch videos, browse the internet, check emails, take photos and videos with the camera, and play video games. So a lot of normal usage. And here are the Geekbench test scores. For the CPU score, it was 1026 for the single core and 2884 for the multi-core. For the GPU, the OpenCL score is 2601. Main display is a 6.9-inch FHD plus POLED display with a 120 Hz refresh rate, and it has the peak brightness at 3000 nits. On the outside, there's a 3.6-inch POLED external display with 90 Hz refresh rate and peak brightness at 1700 nits. The power button is located on the side and next to the volume buttons, and the power button can be used as a fingerprint reader to unlock your phone. It also has the ability to do face unlock as well. Now the power button kind of rattles a bit even if I just like hit on it a little bit. And here's a video of me demonstrating it, and you'll probably hear like some rattling noises. Underneath the phone is a USB-C port. However, it's a USB 2.0 Type-C port, so if you are going to transfer files, you're going to notice slow speeds when you're using the USB-C port. It also has an IPX8 rating for water resistance. There's no headphone jack, but the phone has dual stereo speakers with Dolby Atmos support that features spatial sound. I was actually testing it out a little bit, and the sound coming from the dual speakers, they do sound pretty good. Let's talk about the cameras. Now, the Motorola Razr 2024 model features a 50 megapixel rear camera and a 32 megapixel self-facing camera. There's also a 13 megapixel ultra-wide lens for group shots or even capturing cool landscapes. But there's no telephoto lens, which might be a drawback for some. Both cameras supports video recording up to 4K at 30 frames per second. In terms of the quality of the photos, they're decent quality. And here are the images where night vision is enabled and also disabled. When you're taking like a selfie at night, the screen will actually brighten up automatically, making it easier for you to take the photo. Now here are some test video footage that I recorded in 4K. Testing 1 2, testing 1 2. I'm filming this on the camera, the Razr. Testing 1 2, using the built-in microphone from this camera as well. Testing 1 2. And the resolution right now is 4K. Testing 1 2, testing 1 2. So testing 1 2, testing 1 2. This is the front-facing camera, and also filming in 4K using just a regular microphone that's part of this phone right here. So testing 1 2, testing 1 2. So users can also use the external display as a camcorder. So you open up the camera app and open the phone midway and it will enable camcorder mode. And then you tap on the screen to start recording video. You can also use the external display to take a selfie picture or even record a selfie video. Also, the external display can be turned on before you take a picture. Now, this can be useful as the person on the other end can see what they look like before the photo is taken. And you can also turn on cartoon mode. The display will show these cartoon characters, and I think it's meant to get children to smile before you snap a picture of them. So now let's talk about the battery life. With its 4,200 milliamp battery, the Razr easily lasts a full day of regular use. So it supports 30-watt fast charging, or turbocharging is what Motorola calls it, as long as you have a supported charger. It also supports wireless charging at 15 watts. Again, the battery can last for a full day. For my testing, I was at 100% at 10 a.m. and was at 54% by 6:30 p.m. And during that test period, I was mostly streaming videos, playing video games, doing the regular stuff like searching the internet, checking the emails. So it could last you the entire day. The external display can be customized with panels such as widgets. You can also customize the lock screen and select different wallpapers that are included by Motorola. You can't use your own photos for the lock screen, but you can use your own photos for the home screen after the phone has been unlocked. Apps can be allowed to transition from the external display to the main display. You can set the phone to a desk display as well. Now, these modes will allow you to view a carousel of pictures and text, or just a clock. The apps transitioning from the external display to the main display, I noticed like some apps are just really not optimized again for this external display, but I was testing Google Maps on it and I was able to transition from the external display to the main display. I tried using the YouTube app as well to see how it goes from transitioning from the external display to the main display. When you're playing a video, let's say in the main display or even the external display, when you're transitioning, what's going to happen is that it's going to pause the video and then you have to unpause it. So that's the only thing I noticed with the YouTube app. So the phone has Wi-Fi 6E support. It also has a physical SIM slot and an eSIM slot as well. There's also LTE and 5G sub 6 GHz support. Now, unfortunately, there's no 5G millimeter wave support on this Razr. So you might not get those fast, crazy 5G speeds when you're connected to like one of the millimeter wave bands. Now, even the Razr Plus model, the one higher up than this version, doesn't even have support for millimeter wave as well. And I think that's definitely a major drawback when it comes to the Razr phone. One thing I'm concerned about is the lifespan of the screen. Now, I've seen numerous posts about people saying their Razr screen fails after this certain month. Now, how many photos can this phone take? Now, that concerns me the most. It's to a point where it makes the phone feel fragile. That's why I use a case for this phone. So I'm actually gonna continue using this, testing this out, and let's see what happens in the next 6 months. We'll see how long the screen lasts. So here are the pros and cons of the Motorola Razr. So the pros, it's that iconic design with a modern twist to it. The compact feeling, the dual POLED displays with great colors, decent photo video quality with the 50 megapixel main camera, solid battery life, and fast charging as well. And here are the cons. There's no telephoto lens, no 5G millimeter wave support, and the Motorola software update policy are quite slow. Right now, I'm still on Android 14. I was hoping I will get Android 15 pretty soon, but you're gonna have to wait much longer. The crease in the middle can be annoying at times, and also the questionable longevity of the screen itself. So the Motorola Razr 2024 model is an option for anyone that's looking for a flip phone, but at a lower price. Now, oftentimes some retailers and carriers, they actually offer this phone at a discount, so definitely shop around. But what do you think about the Motorola Razr 2024 model? Do you think it's worth it? Let me know in the comments below. If you want to check out some of my prepaid carrier reviews, you could check out that playlist right here.